Sporadic violence marks first phase of Manipur polls 2022. Overall voters turnout at 5 p.m. stands at 78.03%. Manipur reports 25 new COVID-19 cases, 41 recoveries and 1 death in 24 hours. COVID positivity rate stands at 2.76%. India locks 8,013 COVID-19 cases, over 16,000 recoveries and 119 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate stands at 98.56%. Russia-Ukraine talks begin at Belarus border. Ukraine says their goal for the talks was an immediate ceasefire. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm IBETHOI THOKCHOM. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear your face mask properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the news in details. Polling for the first phase of 12 Manipur Legislative Assembly election was held today. Polling started at 7 a.m. till late evening at 1,721 polling stations of 38 constituencies spread across 5 electoral districts. Overall polling went peacefully except for few incidents of EVM damages and preventive firing in air by security personnel, which were reported in some polling stations of 51 Saitu, 57 Hengleb and 60 Singhat Assembly constituencies. The polling percentage as per reports available till 5 p.m. are recorded at 78.03%. Imphal is reported 76.64% voter turnout, while Imphal West recorded 82.19%. Bishnupur recorded 73.44%, Churchandpur 74.45%, while Kangpokpi recorded 82.19%. Final polling percentage will be available after the return of the polling parties. The incidents of damage of EVMs by unknown miscreants have been reported in 7 polling stations at 46 by 54 Hengleb in 46 Saiku AC, 51 by 46 New Kaital Manbi in 51 by Saitu AC, 56 by 10 Maite and 56 by 19 Dinsuwong in 56 Thanlon AC, 57 by 49 Leinom in 57 Hengleb AC, 60 by 10 MT Giltam and 60 by 43 Maukot in 60 Singhat AC. FIRs have been registered in all these cases. More than 9,000 polling personnel were deployed at 1,721 polling stations. Paramilitary forces of more than 300 companies were deployed. Polling stations manned by only women personnel were Wangkai, Singjamai and Churchandpur Assembly constituencies. Webcasting, recording of polls and electronic voting machines were used in all the polling stations. Proper sanitization was carried out in all the polling stations in view of COVID-19 pandemic. The 5 districts going to poll in the first phase are Imphal East, Imphal West, Bishnupur, Churchandpur and Kangpokpi district. 8 seats are reserved for scheduled tribe and 1 seat for scheduled caste. 173 candidates contested in the first phase, of which 15 are women candidates and 18 are independent candidates. Straight fight between Congress and BJP were witnessed in 3 constituencies, namely Haingang, Nambol and Thanga. As many as 8 candidates it's contested in Sekmai, Saikot and Saikul constituencies. In the first phase, BJP fielded 38 candidates, Congress fielded 35 candidates, Janata Dal United fielded 28 seats, National People's Party NPP fielded 27 candidates, Shiv Sena fielded 7 aces, Republican Party of India IBETHOI and NCP each fielded 6 candidates and LJP fielded from 3 constituencies. KP and KNA from 2 constituencies each and CPI fielded from only 1 assembly constituency. Meanwhile, election campaigning for March 5 second poll in 22 assembly constituency is underway in full swing. Second phase of election will be held on March 5. Counting of votes for both the phases will be conducted on March 10. In Imphal district, people cast a vote in 10 assembly constituencies. The constituencies are 1 Kundrakpam, 2 Haingang, 3 Kurai, 4 Kettigao, 5 Thongju, 6 Kherao, 7 Andro, 8 Lamlai, 14 Yai School and 15 Wankai assembly constituency. Unwanted incidents occurred at 2 Haingang, 6 Kherao and 15 Wankai assembly constituencies. There were reports of scuffles at various polling stations of Kherao constituency. They are 6 by 21, 6 by 32, 6 by 19 and 6 by 16. Opening of fire and damaging of vehicles were reported from polling station 6 by 32 Funal Maring Junior High School. BJP candidate cum Chief Minister Nongtoma Birane and INC candidate P. Sarachandra are on street fight. While P. Sarachandra claimed that INC agents were not allowed at 2 Haingang constituencies 8 polling stations and that proxy voting are carried out at the station. He further demanded to CEO Manipur for re-poll at 8 polling stations. There were also reports of allegedly carrying out proxy voting at 15 Wankai constituencies, 15 by 13 RK Sanatombi Asajina complex. While peaceful voting were carried out at 3 Kurai and 7 Andro, where there were incidents of pre-poll violence. Polling for first phase Manipur Legislative Assembly took place at 6 assembly constituencies of Churchandpur district since 7 a.m. today. The constituencies are Tipaimok, Thanlon, Henglep, Churchandpur, Saikot and Singhal. Proxy voting was reported in some polling station. Old age, disabled and senior citizens were first given priority to cast their votes at polling station. Roads were deserted looks and shops remained closed. Total of 2,24,362, including 5 transgenders, exercised a franchise in the district polling stations. Voting turnout for the district was recorded at 74.45%. Governor Laganation was the first voter at 11 Sagolban constituency. The governor gave his vote at 11 by 34 polling station open at TG Higher Secondary School, Imphal. It may be mentioned that the polling station, which is a model polling station, was manned by only women police personnel. BJP Manipur Pradesh has alleged Site 2 Assembly Constituency INC candidate Dr. Lamtingthang Haukip of damaging electronic voting machine and assaulting polling personnel at booth number 46 during the first phase of 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly election held today. Speaking to media, General Secretary of BJP Manipur Pradesh L. Deben said BJP will lodge an FIR against the INC candidate and file a complaint to the CEO. Terming the incident unfortunate, L. Deben alleged a Congress party of booth capturing.
Chief Electoral Officer da in written with video footage akoi complaint number loss akoi hujik tawjara me ngasi pangthoiba akoi first phase election ki tongan police station ju haiba congress case kum gunda sing congress ki support over congress ki moi supporters sing na but changmra smana disturbance over se akoi Bharatiya Janata Party me kai we strongly condemn the act of the congress in this first phase election. So now the congress is declined, so they have no option rather than disturbing the polling booths and all. This is very much unfortunate. We condemn the of this Gundaism of Congress.
AICC senior spokesperson J. Ram Ramesh asserted that rising poll-related violence in Manipur is a result of BJP breaking public's trust and upon learning that the party will be defeated in this election. He was speaking at the one-day political conference held at Leela Khambong ground in Nongpok Sekmai in Hairo constituency. J. Ram Ramesh claimed that BJP has been indulging in poll-related crimes. Attending the event, ex-Chief Minister cum CLP leader Oibobi said electing incompetent leader in Hairo constituency has turned the area into a crime-bound area. INC candidate from Hairo constituency Morangthe Mokendro expressed discontentment that farmers are facing plights as ruling government failed to manage its policies. J. Ram Ramesh also flagged off a tractor rally carrying 320 Salungfam farmers from Hairok Part 2, Mayai Lekai, Polo Ground, Lampak. Chief Minister Nongthomen Birren said he left the Congress party because of several reasons, including several fake encounter cases and frequent reports of crime against women in the state during the Congress regime. Birren was speaking at the one-day political conference for Suknu AC BJP candidate Mayang Lambam Binod. Attending the political conference, MP Leshemba Sanajawa expressed belief that BJP will secure 90% wins in 38 ACs in the first phase of assembly poll held today and also come out in flying colours in the second phase of polls. Journalists were not allowed to cover today's polling for the first phase of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly election in Singhad Assembly constituency of Churachandpur district. Armed cadres of underground outfits stopped the media team who went to cover polling-related news at THOKCHOM polling station.
Today we went for this poll events, for especially in Singhad District, the hill area side. So we heard that in Tekap polling station, one person was beaten by the UG and capturing both capturing as well as gunfire. So we had the report and our media team we went there just before reaching the Tekot is a village, okay? Tekot polling station, we were stopped by some UZ cadre, suspected to be ZRA, Zombie Revolutionary Army. Their camp is just beside that Tekot village, designated camp. So we are stopped there and we are told to return back from there, from that point. They are with comrade rest as well as with arms, around 8 in cadre. Standing on the road. So we request that we are going for covering the poll and we have some information regarding the boat capture as well as gunfire and that they convey that message to maybe their superior with step, So after that we are told to go back from that point.
Supporters of INC candidate in Saitu constituency, Dr. Lamtingthang Haokip, condemned the arrest of Lamtingthang by police today. The supporters want of carrying out unprecedented agitations and block all roads in the constituency upon failure to release Lamtingthang unconditionally at the earliest.
Ikhoigi Saitugi candidate oiba Dr. Lamtingthang se karigumba thadok tidaba taradi ikhoigi pi makai apun balupna magi mathaktagi ikhoina tawrakadaw se gari ama thajararoi adumadi government side to oirasunu home department side to oirasunu asemadi khangbiyo haina phongdokjari.
In an unfortunate incident, one polling personnel deployed for duty at polling station 55 by 1 Chingmun in 55 Tipaimung died of BP stroke, while another polling personnel of Vildar Naurem Ibo Choba posted for election duty at Senvon C polling station of Tipaimung AC in Kakching district accidentally shot himself with his service gun. CEO Manipur expresses condolences over the demise of the polling personnel with his service gun. DEO Senapati has informed that the meeting for the male presiding officers of second phase Manipur legislative poll in 3 polling stations of Senapati district will be held on March 1 at Mini Secretariat Complex, Senapati. Manipur reported 25 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of 904 samples tasted in the last 24 hours. COVID positivity rate stands at 2.76%. As per the latest report from the State Health Department in COVID-19 Command Control Room, total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur are 136,783. Active cases are 322. One COVID-19 related death was reported in the past 24 hours, raising the death toll to 2,111. On the positive note, 41 recoveries were reported in the past 24 hours, raising the total recovered cases to 134,349. Manipur's recovery rate stands at 98.22%. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring updates on coronavirus cases in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
Presto Personalized Wonders Imphal da nauna hangdokchari hairiba asida personalized gifts, corporate gifts, awards and mementos, home decor, office rubber stamp na chingba potlamsing mafam asida phangbigani ngasi maglangsing birau Tilak Ras Enterprises Presto Thangal Bazar near Kasturi Thong Imphal. Contact number 0385-244-9025 natraga 98621-00456.
Enjoy our freshly baked products. All our products contain honey. Kohi, taste the heart of Manipur.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Prime Time English Bulletin. India added 9,013 fresh COVID-19 cases, 16,765 recoveries and 119 deaths in 24 hours. As per the latest report of Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, India's COVID-19 active cases have declined to 1,02,601. Total recoveries are 4,23,07,686 and recovery rate stands at 98.56%. Death toll reaches 5,13,843. Over 177 crore 50 lakh doses of COVID-19 vaccine have been administered in India so far. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 43 crore 62 lakh 67,000 people. Above 59 lakh 69,000 people have died and recoveries are above 36 crore 69 lakh 25,000. USA has the highest active case of above 2 crore 64 lakh 1,000 in the world. Russia-Ukraine talks have begun at the Belarus border. Ukraine has said their goal for the talks was an immediate ceasefire. It is the fifth day since Russian President Vladimir Putin declared war on Ukraine, leading to heavy fighting and airstrikes across the country. According to Ukraine, 352 civilians have been killed since Russia invaded the country. Meanwhile, Russian President Putin has directed his defense minister and chief of the military's general staff to put the country's nuclear deterrent forces in a special regime of combat duty. Responding to Russian aggression in Ukraine, Belgium, Finland and Canada have joined the list of countries that have shut down their airspace to Russian planes. Western nations led by the US also announced a new set of economic sanctions on Russia. The UN Security Council voted for the 193-member General Assembly to hold an emergency session on Russia's invasion of Ukraine today. The vote on Sunday to authorize an emergency meeting was 11 in favor, Russia opposed and China, India and the United Arab Emirates abstaining. That was the exact same vote on a resolution. Ukraine's ambassador in Geneva, Yevgenia Filipenko, warned that Russia's invasion, which has killed dozens of civilians, have forced hundreds of thousands to flee, was an attack not only on Ukraine. It was an attack on every UN member state, on the United Nations and on the principles that this organization was created to defend, she told the Council. Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Lilong Harebi College observed the National Science Day today at the college's multipurpose hall today. The day marked the discovery of Raman effect by Indian physicists on this day in 1928. A quiz competition on the theme Integrated Approach in Science and Technology for a Sustainable Future was held as a part of the observance. Speaking on the occasion, Principal of Lilong Harebi College, Dr. Rahezuddin Sheikh, stressed on using innovative ideas. In the FIH Pro League hockey tournament, both Indian women's and men's team lost to Spain. India's Eves lost 3-4 against Spain at the Kalinga Stadium at Bhubaneswar yesterday, while FIH Pro League men's hockey tournament lost to Spain 5-3. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Sporadic violence marks first phase of Manipur polls 2022. Overall voters turnout at 5 p.m. stands at 78.03%. Manipur reports 25 new COVID-19 cases, 41 recoveries and 1 death in 24 hours. COVID positivity rate stands at 2.76%. India logs 8,013 COVID-19 cases, over 16,000 recoveries and 119 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate stands at 98.56%. And Russia-Ukraine talks begin at Belarus border. Ukraine says the goal for the talk was an immediate ceasefire. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. For more news, you can also follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Admission open, admission open. Kindergarten Montessori School ki 2022-23 section ki admission tauba hauzare. COVID-19 na maram oiduna parents, guardians singi awaba yengjaraga, preparatory amadi nursery ki admission free